Hello race fans, and welcome to another exciting Formula Rock highlight video. It's a beautiful day, well, except for the lightning, which seems to follow us every track. Alright, let's just hand this microphone over to the announcer, shall we? Here we go.
Start your engine.
Alright, it's round number 7 of our inaugural return to racing season here at Formula Rock. And we're at Laguna Seca. We had 17 drivers make the event for practice. 16 drivers are actually going to roll off for the green flag on this beautiful day. Sitting on the pole, his first pole in Formula Rock in only his second event. Number 68, Johnny Kaz, with a 1:10.510 mile per hour lap. That's pretty fast. In fact, that will be the fastest lap of the whole day. And watch our pace car driver, apparently smoking crack. He will sit there the entire race stuck in the fence. All right, Johnny Kaz brings him down for 30, well, ended up being 25 laps of racing. We'll get into that a little later on. The green flag is out. Johnny Kaz brings him down in the rented Rock Beer Shack car. Second place, Armalat in the number 45 Z-Max car. Running up front. Third place, returning from China, the Scuba 1. In third place on the opening lap into turn 1. Hoosier 29 gets loose, taps the wall. He's struggling at this track a little bit, but he will continue right in front of her. Hello, that could have been exciting. Speaking of returning to racing, let's look at number 11, Lance Mofo Noop. Haven't seen him in a Formula Rock ride since 2005. Whoa, off in the dirt. Since 2005, and this is his first race back to Formula Rock racing. Welcome back as well as Lance Mofo Noop. We have number 910, Jamie Tater Tedder, in his usual sponsored car. Back to racing. He was our Season 2 champion. Back towards the front, one of our rookies, number 58, Mark B, coming up the hill to the chicane, or to the corkscrew, excuse me. And right behind him, another one of our rookies, number 20, whoa, Mad Dog 38 down the road with the corkscrew. But he keeps it going. That allows Dixie Dan to show up right beside him on the racetrack. Going to be a drag race down into the pit lane corner. But Mad Dog 38 will hang on to that position. Coming into the final corner on lap number 1, Randy R3 is going to get hit in the back end by Camaro Guy. Nothing like race admins running into each other. Let's take another look at that. Camaro Guy just can't get the car to stop. Gets into Randy R3. Ooh, Camaro Guy smacks the wall hard. Randy R3 has a little front end damage, but nothing serious. Both cars continue. Back to your leader, Johnny Kaz, in the rented Beer Shack sponsored car. Apparently the Beer Shack sponsorship's going to RPM for the next race. We'll have to find out more information on that. But for right now, Johnny Kaz is using the car. Third place running Scuba 1 is going to get a little love tap from Mark B, who can't get slowed up. That sends, Scuba 1 hard into the wall. We got cars going everywhere. Mark B's off into the gravel. Everybody continues. Coming up from behind that incident, Randy R3 and Tucson 4 go by a Scuba 1, and both drivers will also go by Mark B. Both guys getting back up to speed. Tucson 4 running well here at Laguna Seca in the early stages. You're looking at number 111, Scrambled Eggs. Ooh, he's off into the kitty litter. Saves it. No, he doesn't save it. Oh, almost gets into Mad Dog 38, but nobody gets killed. That's good news. Ooh, that was Mr. Shift just barely getting by. Scrambled Eggs hurts his pride, but keeps on going. Battle on the racetrack between, I don't think this is for position, though, because Camaro Guy passing on the outside hit that wall in the opening lap, but he's racing with old friend Jamie Tedder on the racetrack. Wanted to show that. The battle between Tucson 4 and Randy R3. This is for 5th spot in the early stages. Good race between these two. You want to see some sportsmanship? Check this out. Randy R3 gets a big drive coming off this corner, gets right up behind Tucson 4. Look at Tucson 4, just eases up, lets him go. No accident. Everybody continues. That was some sportsmanship right there from Tucson 4. All right, we're coming up to the corkscrew, and this is second running number 45 Armalat right behind Johnny Kaz as we come down the hill here at Laguna Seca. Number 910, Jamie Tedder, hasn't been in an OWR car for a while. Ooh, smacks the wall, but he keeps it going. You know, OWR cars race a little bit different than the other vehicles. No harm, no foul. He keeps it going. Kind of funny. Randy R3 now racing with longtime friend Jamie Tedder, going by for position. Kind of waving, exchanging phone numbers, maybe some recipes. They go by, keep racing. Back to number 58, Mark B had that little miscue on the racetrack, but he's up behind. Oh, he's just gotten by Tucson 4 and behind a Scuba 1, and yet again on the track, we are now looking at Mr. Shift in that beautiful number 44 Ferrari coming through the inner loop section. Mr. Shift on the track. You're also looking at Dixie Dan in his traditional Tennessee Balls ride out on the racetrack, looking like Dixie Dan always does. The car, I guess, on the racetrack. I don't know. Missed the shift, is going to have the most awesome corkscrew crash I've ever seen right here. He's actually going to go side over side completely through the corkscrew. I've never seen that before. That's an awesome crash in the corkscrew. So, you have to give kudos where you can. That allows Hoosier 29 to close up to Mr. Shift, who will continue. It was exciting looking crash, but these Formula Rock cars are built tough. They're Ram tough. They're like Dodges, only completely different. That's Mofo Noob gets off into the dirt. No, this is interesting. He pulls it. He's letting everybody go. He gets off into the dirt, lets everyone go. He's being cool. And here comes Jamie Tedder, carrying just a little bit too much speed. What are the chances? Oof. You're going to hit the guy who went off the track to let everybody go. What are the chances of that? You'll notice the back wing on Jamie Tedder's car. That wing is a little bit bent. Maybe that'll give him more downforce. I don't know. I'm just saying. Back up front, your leader, as I said earlier, in that rented Rock Beer Shack car, coming through the corkscrew. Now that's how you do the corkscrew right, people. You do it like that. Ooh, Camaro guy 327 into the weeds. He's trying to save it. Oh, he skids right up to our cameraman. Pulls over, has a beer, maybe a sandwich, and then keeps it going. Very nice. All right, then. We're up to the top of the hill, the corkscrew. That's Dixie Dan and Scrambled Eggs. Oh, Dixie Dan gets off in the weeds. Scrambled Eggs goes by, picking up the position without any contact. That's nice. Whoa, almost into the pits here. Jamie Tedder, while Mark B handles the corner correctly, and both cars are out on the front straight, clocking off another lap. You're looking at third. Oh, no, he's not third anymore. It's fifth running. Number 5 is Scuba 1. And right, I don't know. Oh, we're looking at the leader again. I'm lost. All right, then. That would be your leader, Johnny Kaz. Okay, now you know. Good battle here between Scrambled Eggs and Mad Dog 38 coming up the hill. Tricky section, high speed. Guys going side by side. This is some nice, well, not quite side by side. Well, it's not even close to side by side. Shut up. Okay. Dixie Dan's going to lose another braking, put it into the wall. Not very hard. Just more damage to his pride than anything else. And he'll continue. You're on board now with NPRL Snake Oil, who's running third behind Armalette. Ooh, bicycle's heavy on 2 wheels, but brings it back down. Mark B. Whoa, he's fishtailing. Oh, and there's Jamie Tedder. See what happens. Mark B's fishtailing. Jamie Tedder goes off into the weeds and smacks the fence in exactly the same place he did a few laps earlier. Maybe that fence needs to be bent in a little bit. I don't know. Here's RPM. This is the last ride in his last week in his unsponsored generic car. He'll be in the Rock Beer Shack car next week. Out on the racetrack. He was having all sorts of con problems and he did not finish. Back to Armalette. Oh, Armalette gets off in the weeds, spins it out. That lets NPRL Snake Oil by into second place. But Armalette continues. Very nice. Number 20, Mad Dog 38, gets off into the weeds, trying to get it stopped. Head on. Oof. Into the crash wall. Doesn't even bend the front. Look at that. The nose is perfect. These cars are made out of something strong, I guess. Or something. Okay, anyway. We're looking at Camaro Guy. Camaro Guy going into the left-hander. The final corner is going to get off into the weeds, smack the wall, hits it hard, rings his bell, and as he's trying to get himself sorted out, he's suddenly... Oh, man, the car is hit by lightning, and Camaro Guy completely disintegrates, and just at about the same moment, this poor guy standing by the pit wall hit by lightning. Oh, man. Well, we didn't like that guy anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I'm glad he's gone. They were both found later, singed. Weird that we... Anyway, that's another problem. We got a guy going off into the weeds. That's Mad Dog 38. Gets off... Oh, not the weeds. Off into the sand trap, but saves it. Allows Mist to shift right up on him. This is going to be a little bit of a battle here as the two drivers are running essentially side by side. Nice outside pass attempt by number 44, Mist to shift, who pulls off the pass. Very nice. And here we are looking at Mist to shift again a little bit later. Ooh, a little wide, just like Armalette. Goes up trying to get it saved, and all of a sudden he's hit by Mad Dog 38. Let's take a look at that. Not sure what that was all about. Mad Dog 38 coming in behind Mr. Shift into his right-hander. He's going to get off into the weeds, smack the wall hard, and before he can gather it up, he runs into Mr. Shift anyway, and that kills Mad Dog's 38's car, and he is done for the day as Hoosier 29 is going into the pits. Randy R3 now in third place in the number 3 car has caught up to the back of Armalette, who went off track a couple of moments earlier, and now we got a battle for second place. Armalette will be the first driver into the pits, and he's going to pick up a black flag right there. Oh, no, right there for just being over the speed limit. That elevates, I believe, NPRL Snake Oil. No, he's still in second place. Sorry, my mistake. NPRL Snake Oil running second. Here comes your leader into the pits. He's carrying too much speed, and that's a black flag for your leader. And this is not pointing fingers at anybody. I'm just trying to prove a point. Look at the top center of the page. It shows the speed. You're in the pits right now as you cross, and you see that different color asphalt. See, the speed was up to 39 miles an hour. The speed limit in the pits was 35, and that's where that black flag came. And Randy R3 developing braking problems now. I don't know what caused this. That allows Scuba 1 right up behind Randy R3. This is the battle for third spot at this point in the race. You're on board now with the Scuba 1, heading through the final left-hander onto the front straight, as these two will fight it out for pretty much the remainder of this event now, and we're about halfway at this point. Oh, and also involved in that battle just behind them, number 58, Mark B. So this is three-car battle for third spot. Well, no, we've had, Johnny Cad's got a black flag. This is the battle for second spot. And, of course, with that black flag, that elevates number 17, NPRL Snake Oil, into the lead here at Laguna Seca as he comes through the corkscrew and down the hill. A few moments later, NPRL Snake Oil heading into the pits as he comes around this corner, does a beautiful 360 spin to dazzle the race fans, and then heads into the pits. Might have had a little bit too much blood pumping excitement from that spin. He's going to be speeding on the pit lane right here. And again, not pointing fingers, just look at the center section. You can see his speed. And I'm not pointing fault at anybody. I'm just trying to point that this actually did happen. Crossing into the pits, you can see 38, 39 miles an hour, 37 miles an hour. That's a pit speed violation, what can I tell you? But I'm not pointing fingers. I'm just trying to show that it was a fact. That's what happened. That's all we're doing. Oh, that dirt patch missed his shift. Hits that nasty dirt patch, kills his motor on the spot. He's DNF. The two battling for second spot, Randy R3 and the Scuba 1. Randy R3 gets out first. This battle continues because the Scuba is right behind him. This ongoing track battle continues here at the beautiful Monterey, California track. Mark B coming into the pits. Not sure if he picks up a black flag here or not, but he definitely is entering the pits. Now, we discussed the problem with this dirt patch and NPRL Snake Oil. We discussed it in pre-race, the driver's meeting, that you had to stay away from that dirt patch. That just killed NPRL Snake Oil. By the way, this track is going to go away too. That's another story. All right, then. We're looking at number 910, Jamie Tater Tedder, who's actually out front. His first race back in over 8 months, and he picks up a lap in front and the 5 bonus points in his first race. Randy R3, Scuba 1. This is the battle for second spot. Continuing on as drivers are cycling through their pit stops. By the way, despite having a black flag and then coming in to clear it and getting it again, the fastest lap set by Johnny Caz when he was qualifying. No one ever beat that lap again. Scrambled eggs. Oh, excuse me, I'm wrong. Scrambled eggs is the second. Randy R3 and Scuba 1 were in third. God, I'm screwing this up. What can I tell you? This is the battle for third, not second. Randy R3 and Scuba 1 fighting for third. That has Scrambled Eggs running in second place. This is the battle for third. So leading at this stage as pit stops are cycling through. Number 4, Tucson 4, coming up the hill and into the corkscrew. Tucson 4 leading at Laguna Seca. Sorry, screwed up that. That makes me a little irritated, but I'm not going to go back and fix it because I think it's more funny. Scrambled Eggs, off into the weeds, smacks the wall. He's not going to be the only one that does that. That allows third running Randy R3 and Scuba 1 up on him, but Scrambled Egg is into the pits. That puts the battle of Randy R3 and Scuba 1 into second place, as I was saying a long time ago. The pair comes up on the lap car of number 29. Who's your 29? Randy R3 goes right by, going up the hill, coming down the hill on the other side. The Scuba 1 makes an outside pass, and that battle continues without any problem. All right, Tucson 4 finally had to pit. That elevates number 3, Randy R3, into the lead. It's not a comfortable lead because he's got that white and red number 5 right behind him. Despite a black flag and having to go through the pits and clear it, at this stage of the race, number 45, Armalat, is up to third. Number 910, Jamie Tedder, despite that bent wing, is running in fourth, and rounding out the top 5, number 4, Tucson 4, is in the lead as we are running out of laps here at this fine track. Coming into the corkscrew, Randy R3 is leading, goes off into the weeds, does a nice jump through the air, but hangs on to the lead just to make things more exciting for the race fans. This is Dixie Dan up to the corkscrew, a little hard on the brakes, getting a little loose, spins, but doesn't hit anything, and manages to continue. A couple seconds later, number 910, Jamie Tedder, who's done this 2 other times, hits the wall again in exactly the same place. 3 times in this race, exactly the same point in the wall. 2 laps to go. Randy R3 is leading a Scuba 1 up to the hill. No brakes again. He was fighting this for the last half of the race. No brakes. Smacks into the wall. Bounces off right into a Scuba 1, which bounces Randy R3 into the right direction. A Scuba 1 off into the weeds. Here it is again. Randy R3, no brakes, smacks into the wall, shoots across the track, hits the Scuba. The Scuba gets into the dirt, tries to get on the gas a little too quickly, and that spins him out in the sand. He's trying to get going again. Let's take another look at that. He's trying to get it going. He's got a wall. He's trying to back up. And on comes Armalat. This is third spot. Skids to keep from hitting a Scuba 1. Now, Scuba 1, instead of being in a battle for the lead, is in a tough fight for second place. But let's take a look at your top 5 finishers as this winds down. Bringing it home fifth, led some laps on the racetrack. Number 4, Tucson 4, brings his car home with another top 5 finish. 5th place to Tucson 4. 4th place, his first run in a Formula Rock race car in over 8 months. Number 910, Jamie Tedder, leads a lap, gets a top 5 with 4th place. Bringing it home third despite the black flag and having to clear it, number 45, Armalat, in that Z-Max car, gets right up behind a Scuba 1 and takes 3rd place. Had a real shot to win. That contact with the ailing car of Randy R3 dumped him back, but still soldiering on, doing an outstanding job after getting hit early on in the race too. 2nd place to Scuba 1. But taking his first victory of the season, not really the cleanest or most exciting way to win a race, but number 3, Randy R3, will take the victory with a car that's bent up and had missed working brakes. So as we look at the final few corners from another angle, this is your final race results from Laguna Seca on July 20th, 2006. Next week, we're off to a very fast, high-banked bull run track. And it's been modified since we raced it back in the NASCAR 3 days. Now there are some high-banked, very fast corners, exciting racetrack. Looking forward to getting on that track and having some fun. Thanks, guys, for all showing up. Hope you had a good time. I know there was a lot of fiascos with this track. This track will never come back. We have different versions. So anyway, thanks for showing up. We'll see you next week. Does anybody know what I'm talking about?